The Lord promised better things for us, okay? Because the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, has a favorite people. And he's going to give this favorite people a heavenly kingdom. A kingdom that's blueprinted and formatted and patterned after his mind. How he want a kingdom to be.
Consider the lilies, how they grow. They toil not, they spin not. And yet I say unto you that Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. If then God so clothed the grass which is today in the field and tomorrow is cast into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O ye of little faith? And seek not ye what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, neither be ye of doubtful mind. For all these things do the nations of the world seek after, and your Father knoweth that ye have need of these things. But rather seek ye the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have, and give alms. Provide yourselves bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. But where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
The Lord promised better things for us, okay? Because the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, has a favorite people. And he's going to give this favorite people a heavenly kingdom. A kingdom that's blueprinted and formatted and patterned after his mind. How he want a kingdom to be.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, and with GMS Mississippi Camp, I'm the brother Yashua Maftum, all right?
A lot.
All right, and we're coming with a lesson, dealing with study the ant thou sluggard, which is inspired by a precept in the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, all right, verse 6. And one thing about it, dealing with the scriptures, which Yahweh Shai comes in the volume of the book, and we'll start off. Matter of fact, let's share the Bible real quick. We'll start off in the book of Matthew, because at the end of the day, this is a book, all right, that's dealing with rulership in the earth, okay? And this is the book of wisdom. And what's happening, all right, is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is grooming his men up to be, all right, joint heirs, okay? Yahushua is grooming up his joint heirs. And one of the things that that's a grooming tool is us really understanding wisdom. We're gonna get into it. So this is a book of Matthew 13 and 10 and 11. All right, you got it, brother.
And the disciple came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
Yeah, the mysteries of the kingdom. And like we always say, that's the mysteries of rulership. Okay, this Bible, I say, is built, around rulership, And there's things in the Bible, like one thing about it, the scriptures give little nuggets, dealing with rulership, Like we went into the other day, the Spirit speaketh, how Rebecca's sisters, told her to be the mother of 1,000 million and let, the seed that will come through her possess the gates of their enemies. That was speaking of rulership, you see? But all throughout the Bible, there's little nuggets that's dealing with rulership, man. When a brother brought something to my attention, the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah dealing with the way of the ant, and we're going to get into it. So now let's go to Proverbs 6. And 6. Then we have a video to show. And his Bible is centered all around rulership, man. And his rulership and righteousness that the Lord is going to set up, eternally. All right. So you got it, brother.
Proverbs 6, verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise.
Consider her ways and be wise. Consider her ways and be wise. Now, you have to understand, Solomon had time to consider these things. Like, he had time to study the ant. He's seen some things, man. One thing about it, there's wisdom in studying creation. Jay, somebody, y'all make it Israelite being born. What? Nigga, it's easy to party and do the Harlem Shake. But when you start studying creation and how things work, that's what it's at, man. Hell, what you niggas talking about, man? You red cup Israelites, man. All right, but we're gonna stick to the topic. Says, go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Now, let's go to the video. All right, we got a video. You had something to say, bro? Okay. Yeah, you got a point. Just bring it out, man. All right, so I want to show this video dealing with the ant, and it's something I learned this morning. I say, Brother Halak put me on. See, it's the beginning. Blow them up.
When the slave nation attacked, what used to be a thriving colony is now a captured country. Slaves do the work, serving their new masters until they die, only to be replaced by new victims harvested in brutal raids. But let's go back to the beginning. The war of the ants clay, but in the brutal world of ants, straight-up war is not the only way. Around 50 ant species practice slavery, the most extreme division of labor. We don't know how this began, but some ant species perfected this cruel trade. Meet Polyergus, the most intense of the slaver ant tribes. There are different species, but generally they're 4 to 10 millimeters long, with brown to blackish bodies and sickle-shaped mandibles. Polyergus has specialized in slavery so much that they've lost their ability to care for themselves. They don't clean, build nests, care for their brood, or feed themselves. They only exist for raiding. Slaves make up 80 to 90% of the ants in their colonies, so a few hundred Polyergus and a single queen control that. We'll summarize we know about Polyergus into one grand story. You can find more information in our sources. So now, let's witness the cruel banality of nature. The raid. It all begins on a mild summer morning on a safe field. Witness this colony of over 10,000 formica ants, cousins of Sluggard, who build a thriving nest underground. They are a widespread genus. Some species are good fighters, some great builders, and some cattle farmers, often welcomed by humans because they hunt vermin that hurt forests. Nobody noticed the lone Polyergus scout that briefly showed up this morning before she bolted away again. The attack begins in the early afternoon. The scout returned from her mission to find the formica nests. She dances erratically and spreads pheromones that excite and mass more and more ants until a large raiding party of 1,000 warrior escorts has formed. A close-packed, well-organized column up to 10 meters long. As the Polyergus raiding party arrives at the formica colony, the attack began almost immediately. Dozens of attackers begin digging and clearing up debris from the nest entrance to make it easier to storm. As soon as they're done, hundreds of the attackers rush inside. The defenders vastly outnumber their attackers and are formidable warriors able to shoot at it. But instead of fighting back effectively, they seem confused and scatter rather than fighting back. Polyergus also seems to be somewhat resistant to the acid sprays of the defenders, and so even if a defense is forming, the attackers use their mandibles to pierce and kill. There are a few different ideas as to why Polyergus attacks are so efficient, and one of the most fascinating ones is chemical warfare. Instead of relying on brute force, they release a propaganda pheromone that makes the defenders panic, unable to mount an organized defense. The attackers have nothing to gain from intense hand-to-hand combat other than immense casualties. What's more, they actually want their victims to survive so that they can be raided again in a few weeks. As the raid unfolds, the attackers reach deep into the colony, looking for their most valuable possession. The grab the pupae and coloration of formica and carry them out of the nest. Hundreds are abducted and brought back to the Polyergus colony in this raid alone. Well, a few are eaten as a sort of snack. The surviving victims will be turned into slaves. After about an hour, the raid is over and the formica can begin to recover. It seems their only strategy is to make even more ants. A decent-sized colony can forfeit thousands of pupae in a single raiding season and still survive. Although in this case, while the raid was going on, something even more sinister happened. Hold that thought, because how are Polyergus turning ants into slaves? Brainwash ant slaves. Ants conquered almost the entire planet over 100 million years ago. They owe their...
Yeah, they pretty much, you know how Esau do. When he start going to 100 million years, he get to pulling shit out of his ass then, you know. But we want to deal with, you know, these points, all right? And I'm going to, I want to share this. So you brothers can watch it again, you know. Put that up there. All right. But we're going to deal with some points, you know, that was made. Now, first and foremost, what we seen was, you know, that spy. It was a spy. And remember, you know, how we sent out spies with Joshua and Caleb, you know, to spy out the land, you know, poly ants sent the spy out, you know, and that's what we did. And see, that's how we move. And see, we're going to go into the scriptures now. Okay, we're going to get Deuteronomy. Stop sharing that. Okay, so when Solomon was saying study the way of the ant, hey, you know he knew about this. He said we're going to see how it ties in with prophecy. And, you know, this is how we move, you know. And if you westernize, turn the video off now, because you're going to be offended. Okay? You know, you cause Winslow Israelites. If you Westernize, you're gonna be offended from this point on. So let's get this in Deuteronomy 20. All right, and this was laws concerning warfare. Okay, because remember what they was doing. They would kill adults. Okay, but they would take the little ones. They would take the young to make them slaves. Okay, now this is Deuteronomy 20 and 10. You got it, brother.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 10. And when thou comest not unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it. And it shall be, if they make thee answer of peace and open unto thee, then it shall be that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee.
Yep, all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries. This means if you say, look, we offering peace, and if they agree with the peace, then they will become tributaries. And go ahead.
And they shall serve thee.
And they shall serve thee, which means they will still go into servitude. All right, let's get this word serve. Okay. They will go into servitude, man. You see? This is a tribe invading another tribe of people and making them, put them in servitude. You go to the word abide in the all right, in the Hebrew, the word is abide. It means to what? To work, to serve, to labor, to work, to do work, to work for another, serve another by labor, serve as subjects. Okay, so they will become subjected, all right, to what? The labor that we will need. Okay, and it said those ants, all they know how to do is enslave. They said they can't build or nothing no more. Yeah, but that's how it's gonna be in the kingdom. Like we ain't gonna be building nothing. Like the glory of the infrastructure of the streets paved with gold and stone. Like these nations gonna do that labor. Okay, we ain't gonna be building. We ain't gonna be doing no agriculture, none of that. What we gonna get that. All right, this. It's like, go ahead, bro.
There's a scripture that says, we're gonna have service to build up our house, and we gonna say, look what my hands have built it.
Yep. Isaiah, yep. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And if
verse 11. No, 12. Yeah.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
And if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it. And when the Lord thy power have delivered it into thy hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword.
Thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword. Okay? These are laws. This is the law. Just like adultery, and you see, just like eating, swine, like these are laws on how we should conduct war. All right, protocols of war when we deal with other nations. We go to war with other nations. Okay, go ahead.
But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shalt thou take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoils of thy enemies, which the Lord thy power have given thee.
Yeah, so you seen those ants, what did they do? They was attacking the adults, killing the adults, but they took the little ones alive for captivity. Okay? In our circumstance, we would take the women for what? Nation building. Okay, so we can multiply more as a nation, and the little ones would go into captivity. Okay, and the males will be killed off. Okay, this is an invasion. This is a slave invasion. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is a slave raid. Just as we seen the ant do. Well, it was in our law that we should operate in a similar fashion. You see? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay. So now that was the law. So now let's go into prophecy. Well, let's go into the blessing, and then we'll go into prophecy and see how this links up, man. And slavery has always been, okay, a dynamic of society. Okay, there was always one nation, okay, that will be dominant, and everyone else will be subjugated to their nation, man. Okay, that's how the earth works. All right, grow up. You see, Jake think democracy, all this crazy. No, no. Okay, it's BS. All right, democracy is illusion. Okay, we're a slave. You're a Democrat, Republican. You still a slave to the elites. You just got a title on yourself. You ain't, you go vote and your life still don't change. All right. So let's go to Genesis 27 and start at 26. And this is the blessing that was given to Jacob. You got it, bro.
It's Genesis 27, verse 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his raiment and blessed him and said, See, the smell of my son is as the smell of the field which the Lord hath blessed.
Go ahead.
Therefore the Most High give thee the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine.
Yeah, and that's the rulers. That's the world dominion. That's a global dominion. The fatness of the earth. Okay, the dew of heaven, because the dew covers everything in the earth. You see, so Isaac is blessing Jacob with everything. He's blessing him with the earth and the resources therein and the lands therein. Okay, because the kingdom is what? A king's domain, the territory that a king has dominion over. Okay, so Isaac was giving Jacob everything, dominion over everything. All right, verse 29 is the point.
Let the people serve thee, and the nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
Yeah, so let people serve thee. Okay, and it's the same word, abide, that was in Deuteronomy 20 and Deuteronomy 20 verse 11. The same word, serve, is abide. Okay, which means work or labor. So this is a blessing of Jacob, all right, to have slaves. This is our blessing. This is, to inherit, okay, the nations. And let's get this real quick and show you how it links up with prophecy. This is Isaiah, let me see, 54. I think 54 and 3. Yeah, read Isaiah 54 and 3.
It's Isaiah 54, verse 3. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles and make desolate cities to be inhabited.
It said, thy seed shall inherit what? The Gentiles. Okay. What did our seed is gonna inherit slaves. You see? The other nations, they're just like now. You go back to the Rothschilds, going back to the 1800s, okay, when they really started these banking cartels. Well, guess what? They started a system to where we would always be slaves to their descendants. You see? Because our ancestors were slaves under the banking cartels, going back to, the slave trade. And guess what? They've been inheriting us ever since then. But it's going to be the opposite in the kingdom. Our seed is going to inherit the nations as slaves. You see? The children born to these heathens, they're going to be an inheritance to our children. You see? That's how the Lord going to flip it. You see? So you read it again, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 3. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles and make desolate the cities to be inhabited.
This all goes into the blessing. Let nations serve thee. Okay? When you go into the prophecy of Daniel, okay, and it's all the same word. We'll pull it up here just to prove it. All right. So let's get Daniel 17, 13, and 14. Let's read them.
It's Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him.
Mm-hmm.
And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
Yeah, so it says Yahushua was brought to the Heavenly Father in ancient days, and what was given him? Dominion, okay, in the kingdom, okay, that all people, nations, and languages shall serve him. Going back to the blessing, okay, that was given to Jacob. Because really much Isaac was just putting the blessing of being joint heirs with what Yahushua is going to get. Okay, but just to prove it, that word serve, okay. Well, it's a different word. Let's see, we go into this is Pala.
Mm.
It says to serve, because see how Shai gonna have is he you gonna have a different rank, serving Yahweh, it says to serve, to worship. Ooh, it's a cut.
Mm.
Jake say you ain't supposed to worship Yahweh. See, this is a different serve. Cause this is for Yahweh. You know? Hey, the spirit had us go too. It says this is Palah. All right. And it says to worship, to revere, to minister, to pay reverence to.
Mm.
Man. Oh man. This is Yahweh. Okay. We're going to be joint heirs with him, in that. Okay. So read verse 14 again.
And there was given him a dominion, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him.
Or should worship him. Yahweh, go ahead.
His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
Shall not be destroyed. Okay? That means it's going to be a forever system of us in rulership. And you see how I said those small, ruling class, okay, was ruling over the masses, all the other nations. And that's how it's going to be in the kingdom. One nation is going to rule over the masses, okay, and they're going to be in servitude, man. Okay? Hey, study the way of the ant, thy sluggard. You had something, bro?
Yeah, because when you said that, it was going to how to build a nation, the workforce of an ant.
Mm-hmm.
It shows how to build a colony, how the ants work together. But not only that, how an ant goes to invade another colony and make slaves of the other colony.
Yeah. Because for as long as we take it and you learn teamwork from the ant, but then it's on a deeper level now. It's oh, okay. That's your house shot. Like Solomon, he was putting mysteries of the kingdom. He just threw something out there, but he knew about the teamwork. But then he seen the slavery of other ants. He knew all these things. Well, in fact, get that in Wisdom Solomon 7. In fact, just to prove it. Yep. You can go directly to it. Let's see. Wisdom Solomon 7. The Solomon knew everything about nature and the elements. You see? Yep. Go start at 19 and reading at 20.
This is Wisdom Solomon chapter 7, verse 19. The circuits of years and the positions of stars, the natures of living creatures, and the furries of wild beasts.
The nature of living creatures and the fury of wild beasts. You see? So he knew, all right, about all the natures of the animals. So if Esau knows about these different species of ants that would enslave other ants, Solomon knew these things. So when he's saying study the way of the ant, he knew about this. Say no new study, he knew. I say that's a mystery. On the surface, yeah, the teamwork and how the ant, would work, in the summer, so they can be good for the winter. The preparation, you get that mindset of being proactive and how to prepare. Okay. And then on the mystery level, it's like,
Wait,
yeah. Like, no, it takes some.
they sent out the scout, and the scout came back
Yeah,
and told them.
yeah, that's what we did. Come on, man. Mysteries of the kingdom, man. You got it, brother.
And the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and the reasoning of men, the diversities of plants, and the virtues of roots.
Yep, diversity of plants and the virtues of roots. Okay. So now, all right, let's go from there. Let's go back to here. I want you to read this. Let's go Isaiah 61 and 4.
It's Isaiah chapter 61, verse 4. And they shall build the old waste, they shall rise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, and the desolations of many generations.
Yeah, now it's twofold, because you have the house of David being built in the spirit. We're being repaired. Okay, Zion. All right, we're being built up in the spirit. All right, and it's going to lead to a kingdom. All right, where we're going to be in rulership, where these other nations are going to physically, build. All right, our empire, man. Okay, because Jerusalem gonna be decked out. It's gonna take a lot of slave labor to fulfill the prophecies of the cities of gold. The streets of gold, the windows of agate. Okay, the gates of beryl. It's gonna take a lot of labor, a lot of slave labor to fulfill those prophecies in the book of Tobit, in the book of Revelation, in the book of Isaiah. Okay, it's gonna take a lot of slave labor, man. Okay. So keep reading verse 5.
And the strangers shall stand and feed your flocks.
Yep.
And the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, your livestock. Okay, we're not gonna be doing, like I say, those pilot, as they said, they got to the point they don't do nothing. They was at rest. All they knew how to do was go get other slaves. That's it. But that's wise. It says study. It says, "O thou sluggard, study the way of the ant and be wise. Study her ways and be wise." Well, I'm gonna do all this labor when I can just go conquer and chill. You know what I'm saying? That's what Yahushua coming to do. He coming to conquer so we can chill. You see, where you think the rest gonna come from?
What the scripture says, every man gonna be on his vine tree.
Yep, we're gonna get that. Well, let's get the conquering part. Then we're gonna chill. Yahushua gonna conquer. Then we're gonna big chill for eternally, man. Come on, man. Hey, that's the poly ant, man. Shit. I wasn't do nothing but conquer that. Read that Revelation 62.
It's Revelation chapter 6, verse 2. And I saw and beheld a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
He went forth conquering and to conquer. Okay? He went forth conquering to conquer. All right? And when you conquer, whoever loses the war go into captivity, man. This is how the way of the world. That's how it always been. Whoever loses the war goes into captivity. Okay? So you go here. What is Yahweh Shai coming to do, man? All right.
You know what that scripture says? It says, "Does not nature teach you?"
Mm-hmm. Nature itself teach. Yep. So let's get Revelation 19 and 11.
It's Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open up, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True.
You know, that white horse is that chariot. Okay, and then him that sat up on it is Yahweh Shai. Okay, go ahead.
And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
In righteousness he doth judge and make war. Okay? He's going to take these nations to war and conquer these nations, and they're going to become captives. Deuteronomy 20 is going to play out. Because ain't Esau going to fight against the second coming of Yahweh Shai? And what did the law say? If they wanted smoke, what was going to be? You see, Yahweh Shai he going to be operating in the law. So let's get Deuteronomy 20 and 12 again. You see? All right. Now let's start at let's start at 12. Yep.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 12. And if it will make no peace with thee, but it will make war against thee.
Now then it say they durst fight, so they gonna wage the war.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna buck back up. When Yahweh Shai come, say they durst fight. They were so afraid, but they durst fight. You got it, bro.
You know, like during wartime, the king will always send an ambassador before the war to say, to tell you, hey, these are my demands. You can give up, or we coming in.
Yeah, we the ambassadors. Real quick, get 2 Corinthians 5 and come on, man. This is adult talk, man. Okay. This is spiritual adults, man. This is the council of kings, man. This, come on, man. This is serious business here, man. Grow the hell up, Jake. Go ahead, brother.
Which word?
Started 20. Yep.
The 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 20. Now then, we are ambassadors for Hamashiach.
My first start at 19. Then read 25. Sure.
To wit, that the Most High was in Hamashiach, reconciling the world unto himself.
Yeah, the world of Israel. Only Israel can be reconciled. Okay? So we're telling our people, remember, we're ambassadors, like we're ambassadors from the spiritual realm. That's why there's a certain spirit within, like we tapped in. When we woke up to this truth, the true men of Yahweh Shema Shai, when we woke up to this truth, we was activated for our mission. You see? We ambassadors from the spiritual realm. We was activated on our mission. So we telling everybody the messages from the spiritual realm before the spiritual realm gets here. You see? Go ahead.
Not imputing their trespasses unto them.
Yep.
And have committed unto us the word of reconciliation.
Yep. So we telling our people, be reconciled, man. Hey, come back. Hey, return to Yahweh Shema Shai before he physically returns through Yahweh Shai, man. Go ahead.
Now then, we are ambassadors for Hamashiach.
Yep.
As though the Most High did beseech you by us, we pray you in Hamashiach's stead, be ye reconciled unto the Most High.
Be ye reconciled before the King come. Be you drawn back to your power before he come. We the ambassadors. So if you don't want to deal, with the king that's coming, all right, hey, you should repent. You should humble down. See, we humbled down. Okay, we submitted ourselves to this new king before he came. Real quick, get that Luke 19:27. Okay. Yeah.
This is Luke chapter 19, verse 27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
Yeah, so you ignore the ambassadors. So when the king get here, this is what it's going to be. talking over with.
Mm.
That's why eventually gonna be a family of the word. That means all negotiations is gone. Negotiations off the table. You see, when the Lord draw back the word, he done negotiate.
Mm.
So now this is the next phase. You see?
You know, in
You
war, then you know, in wartime, once the enemy is, if the ambassador is sent and they killed that, and the enemy killed the ambassador, that's automatic war.
That's why when Esau starts to, come in like a flood, their standard gonna be lifted.
Mm.
You know, we got diplomatic immunity, man. All right. So yeah, let's go back to this. Read that. Yep.
It's Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 12. And if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it.
Okay.
And when the Lord thy power have delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword.
Yep. Go ahead.
But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoils thereof, thou shalt take unto thyself, and thou shalt eat the spoils of thy enemies, which the Lord thy power have given thee.
So this is gonna be applied. You see, we're going back to ancient warfare, man. I say, Jake, you too westernized for what's going on, man. That's why the Lord is finna get rid of a lot of niggas that know they Israelites, man. Okay, because you too goddamn westernized, man. Okay, you offended by every goddamn thing, man. You know, this is going to happen. Okay, we're finna go back to spoiling like in the ancient world, man. We're finna go back to who we are. All right, as men, as Israelite men, we're going back to this, man. Okay, and you westernized Israelite, men and women, you ain't built for this, man. Okay, take your ass back in America, man, and enjoy the rest of the little piece of America, man. Okay, because this is we moving in a whole nother frequency, man. You see? So let's go from there. Because let's get this in Jeremiah 30. All right, this is Jeremiah 30 and 16. All right, go ahead, brother.
It's Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. Therefore all that they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be spoiled, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
Yep. Go ahead. Yeah, it says all gonna be a spoil, and all that prey upon you will I give for a prey. Okay? We're finna spoil the earth, man. That's why really we shouldn't be out here chasing different things. We finna get it. We finna spoil the earth, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All this, Jake, will be romantic, and that's why Jake want the long hair and shit, just to be, that ladies man, Israelite, man, we finna spoil earth, man. Right? Jake taking photo shoots, they got the Instagram where they got professional photo shoots, and pictures on their profile, with the cape, No, man, we gonna conquer the earth. We gonna spoil the earth under Yahweh shot, man. Okay, and we finna enslave the nations, man. And the best of the best of what we want, we gonna take, man. Okay, a lot of males finna be put to death. A lot of women gonna die too, because you had instances, especially in America. A lot of American women gonna die because they beyond repair. Because you even had that. I believe that's in Numbers. We'll get that account too, man. We're gonna go into the ways of the East, man. All right, you niggas can have Western culture, man. Okay. Yeah, so I'm saying, bro. Let me find that. I should have looked at it before. I think it's might be Numbers 26. Let me see. No, it's in Numbers. Yeah, I think it's in Numbers 30, 36. Inheritance. Might be 32. I looked at it. I was reading over the other day, But like I say, it's gonna be a lot of women reserved, for nation building, and then you gonna have a lot of women gonna be put to death. Okay, and it's gonna be under this type of order here. All right. Let me see.
They gonna have to. They too rebellious.
Yeah.
I remember you brought out something that woman said. Even if the Lord did come back, and, made himself known, she still wouldn't serve him.
Yeah. Bet. Keep that energy. Yep. The slaughter of Midian. All right. Let's start. Read it verse. Start at verse 9.
This is Numbers chapter 31, verse 9. And the children of Israel took all the women of Midian captives and their little ones, and took the spoil of all their cattle and all their flock and all their goods.
Yep. So this is a spoiling the Midianites. Okay. Go ahead.
And they burnt all their cities wherein they dwelt, and all their goodly cattle with fire.
And castles. Yep. All their goodly castles with fire. And what's gonna happen to America? All the cities gonna get burnt with nukes. All right. Go ahead.
And they took all the spoils and all the prey, both man and beast.
Go ahead.
And they brought the captives and the prey and the spoils unto Moses and Eleazar, and
Yep.
the priest, and unto the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the camps at the plains of Moab, which are by Jordan near
Jericho. Yep. Go ahead.
And Moses and Eleazar the priest and all the princes of the congregation went forth to meet them without the camp.
Go ahead.
And Moses was worth with the officers.
Was wroth. He was angry.
Was wroth with the officers of the host, which the captains over the thousands and the captains over hundreds, which came from the battle.
Yeah. So Moses was angry, and he's gonna go into why. Go ahead.
And Moses said unto them, have ye saved all the women alive?
Have you saved all these hoes? You left all these hoes alive? And see, this is how our forefathers is moving. You see? And Esau put Moses, if he just this character that just split the Red Sea, and they just tiptoed over. Like, oh man, our forefathers. Oh man.
The scripture said Moses was a meek of earth, but he killed a man.
Yeah, he was meek, and because he wasn't full of himself. Like, you can be meek and still austere. You know what I'm saying? You can be meek. They don't mean that you just timid. You just meek because you know that you just don't think highly of yourself. But you could be austere and still be meek. Go ahead.
Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor.
Yep.
And there was a plague among the congregation of the Lord.
Yeah, so he like, look, these women, all right, they was heavy into idolatry and witchcraft. They were pretty much temple harlots. So Moses like, look, these women are stumbling blocks, just like the modern woman today. Well, who causes Jake to go off the most? Majority of the stupid shit Jake do, reason why a lot of niggas dead in prison is based off what? The goddamn woman. Okay? Being influenced by the woman. Niggas want to be street niggas and rough and thugs to try to impress who? The goddamn woman. So the woman, in the modern woman now, influences Jake to be separated from their power to try to impress them. And that's what these Midianite women, they was doing to Jake back then. They was pulling them away from the Lord and getting them into idolatry, man. Okay? So Moses was telling them about that. All right? Now let's see what happened. Go ahead.
Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that have known man by lying with him.
Look, so kill all them little niggas. Okay? Kill all the males. And all these hoes, kill these hoes, man. You see? And that's why majority of the women in America gonna die. Okay? Because remember, we finna spoil the earth. The Lord got women reserved for brothers, man. That ain't so defiled with this American shit, man. They ain't so westernized, man.
Like going back to the little ant video we watched. They killed all the soldiers, all the little other ants, but took their larva, took the people.
Mm-hmm. You see? So Moses like, look, kill all them hoes, and the only ones that keep alive, verse 18, read.
But all the women, children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves.
Keep alive for yourselves. You can deal, you know. Keep them alive, and when they get to your liking, when they develop to your liking, you can deal with them. Because you can mold them. But these hoes that's already been out here, kill them hoes, man. Okay, and that's what's gonna be the case for America, man. Okay, it's gonna be hey, kill most of these hoes, man. The very few, you know, those that have really, okay, the sisters that have really repented in sincerity, you know, they've been born again. But outside of it, man, most of these hoes gonna die in America, man. The earth is full of women. America only has like 2% of the earth's women. When you go into the numbers, America only has 5% of the world's population. You know what I'm saying? So he only had like 2% of the world's women. You see? So the American woman is not even a factor when it comes to spoiling the earth. Like them hoes ain't even a factor. You see? And that's how we gotta think, man. Okay, Jake still got they head up Eve ass. Even these guys in these other camps, man, still got their head up Eve ass, man. Okay, she's a non-factor to what the Lord is doing in the earth, man. Okay, so let's go here. You had something else? All right, let's get this in Micah. Because you talked about it earlier as well. You know, let's get this in Micah 4. All right, we started 1, and it says the same thing. You know, within Isaiah 2 and 1. You know, it says something else. All right, go ahead.
This is Micah chapter 4, verse 1. But in the last days it shall come to pass that in the mountains of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and the people shall flow unto it.
Yep. So this is the government of Israel being established in the earth after the war. This is post-war. Hey, you see? And now we dominate the earth in righteousness, and nations got to go through us now, man. Go ahead.
And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord and in the house of the Most High of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For the law shall go forth out of Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Yeah, so now we setting the standard in the earth. When nations got to walk according to our standard. Okay, verse 3, go ahead.
And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks, and nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Yeah, no need for tanks and fighter jets. That's all. It's gonna be that shit ain't gonna exist no more. So they're gonna beat them into plowshares, pruning hooks, trying to go work. But you ain't finna go to work. Okay, all you heathens, man. Okay, ain't gonna be no joint military drills with Elam and you know, Ishmael, you know, hell no. All that energy, we need that energy. You finna go to work. We ain't finna do shit. You finna get like the pilot ants on your ass. It just stay away the ant. Shit, they had it figured out. You see, we just gonna master how to invade. Goddamn. But then they say, look, we want to keep them alive so they can come invade, you know, in a few more weeks. So we need y'all to keep producing to make more slaves. Just like in the kingdom, the heathen, hey, it's gonna be breeding for these heathens gonna have to put out. Okay, we're gonna put them on there, hembe. And zinc, you gonna have, you gonna have to be fruitful. Because Earth, hey, we're gonna have the wisdom of the earth. So yeah, they're gonna go back and be fruitful. We need twins, triplets, but what they call it, quintuplets got there. We need all that, boy. We need that labor, man. Go ahead.
But they shall set every man under his vine and under his fig tree, and none shall make them afraid, for the mouth of the Lord of hosts have spoken it.
So every Israelite man gonna have his own substance. They're gonna have their own batch of slaves, their own wives. Okay, each Israelite man is gonna be a prosperous house in the earth. Okay, and it's gonna be through us conquering the heathen. Okay, and putting them in captivity, man. That we're gonna be prosperous as a nation. Okay, so you had anything else to say, brother?
That's all I had.
All right, well, with that, we pray that you brothers, all right, and you few sisters were edified once again. We're going to give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.